You know, we saw Viego last series as well. You know, you have a few different champions you can play Ahri with, but the Vi is the simplest one. Will be that Gragas support as expected. Galio being the counter pick for the Rumble.
If KT want to take the fight. So I don't think we want to take the fight by any means.
Really cool play though from T1.
Threw up the Fnatic sign, did Smash. Little shout out to his old brother Reckless.
Yeah, he's done that a few times. I love to see some Reckless enjoyers.
Oh!
Close.
That was pretty close. Nice charm there from Faker. They're not going to go in on it. I think T1 have a pretty clear call here, which is we're going to get all the grubs. And Doran, you know, he might have to drop some CS, but he's still 10 CS ahead.
Yeah,
so
he a lot of lost farm here. Man, lost experience as well.
Well, he's just flashed on in and flash. There it is from Carry. Amazing engage, and they just did not respect that. They had a ward. They saw that Owner was still there, and that T1 were still looking, but no respect shown from Peter. Not able to flash and react on time.
And the irony is that out there, there's no turret to protect you. Didn't stay under the turret to farm, and now Owner over here with ult.
There's no charm, but they might just have enough damage. Yes, they absolutely do. Owner didn't have to use his ult top, so he just comes to mid, takes down BDD.
100% sure, but we'll get a... No, he won't.
No, I don't think so. Oh, Smash is just ganking bot. Casting is 100% dead. Like 1,000% dead, maybe. Really, the question is who's going to get the kill, and it will be Smash eventually here as he gets it. Does drop 3 CS. I think he's fine with that. Meanwhile, KT are going to take the grubs in the top lane, but the gigantic gold lead, at least for this point in the game, 2,000 gold already.
And now he's pushed out and maybe dead.
Casting has flash. There's no ult here for Owner. But maybe he just runs under turret, but the burst is coming through, and that was incredibly close. Casting, credit to him. He doesn't flash. He keeps his cool. But it's still not a good situation.
And he can't clear the whole wave. Doran will get a plate at least.
Up until this point. So Faker, he is doing something special. I'm just not sure it's the right thing. As the ult is going to go in on a Padak, and there's the follow-up. It's as easy as that. You press your R, and even Israel can't do anything, as Peter also is going to die. Smash now 3-0, Owner 2-0-2.
And that's the kind of counter to Ezreal moment. The turret going over here, they already have feats of warfare, so this will be feats of strength as it falls. T1 feel like they couldn't be more ahead. And the only thing they're missing is that one dragon. And
the 3 grubs, don't forget.
Oh, true. That's
KT got the consolation 3 grubs as their team was dying. Don't forget that one.
You're right. Sorry, my bad. Israel is that Vi doesn't care about your mobility. She just follows you. Faker may...
He's got flash and one more Spirit Rush, and he also has Charm. He's going to try to hold on to the flash. It's going to bite him in the butt as Peter does follow flash, and he just dies. Meanwhile, T1 up in the top lane are just bullying Casting once again. They're doing a great job of making the rookie's life really difficult as this guy is not getting out alive once again. It'll be 0-2. Meanwhile, they're taking the mid turret. You know, I don't think that Faker really did that on purpose, but he's still able to have his team get a lot of wins elsewhere on the map.
It's just Faker is caught, sure, but Doran gets the whole turret, delays, or rather deletes some minions by delaying the take on the turret as he does so. And they have mid prio because it's Kai'Sa into Ezreal, so they really just have control everywhere. It's a 2,000 gold lead for Smash, and Carry is lurking, and he leaves.
Yeah, he's lurking. I think Cuz spotted him with the scanner or just with his face. Trying to engage now onto Keria. He does have his flash. He's just going to body slam over the wall instead. Well, yeah, they were scared to chase the Gragas, but they're not scared to try to force this Rift Herald.
Faker having TP.
Yeah, I think this is a mistake. The Ezreal is just so incredibly dead. There's just no play in the game for Padak. He showed up to the LCK. He's like, I'm ready to play. And T1 said no. Because Peter's going to die too. BDD is teleporting away from the fight. So he's also losing his teleport to save his life. And yeah, I mean, they got the Rift Herald, I guess. Again, as seems to be the
that's the new trend.
The new trend of the LCK. But one of them probably will. And T1's in that class. KT right now are not. So it is quite one-sided as in goes Owner. He's got the Galio follow-up. It's not the cleanest together engage, but the taunt is going to land here on the Rumble. Casting just dies again. And the follow-up is there. They're not going to overcommit into the jungle. but they're certainly going to make their presence made after getting that kill. Nice little cast into the wall, going to force Peter into a rough spot. And now with the charm follow-up, nicely done by Faker. That means that is another kill on the board.
Anytime 2021 to 2024, T1 be doing Baron on spawn here. But now it's 2025, it doesn't spawn at 20 minutes anymore, so they won't be doing that. But, you know,
run.
7,000 gold the advantage right now at 20 minutes. Faker has to flash.
Oh. Well, it's actually KT who are getting the better of this trade. Nicely done. A smash goes in, still going to get the kill on a Cuz. Cleanly done from the young 80 carry.
And, you know, we talked about it in Kespa Cup a lot of Smash's hyper-aggressive spotting, blood in the water. But that kind of play, we've seen him do so many times. He just is so good at finding these angles and just taking people's heads off. I mean, he's massively fed in this game, so it's not as impressive as some of the stuff we've seen from him, but I just got to shout it out because he finds his EDD is dying a slow and painful death.
I mean, he might get Faker here. Nicely done. Gonna take him down. Faker wanted the kill. He gets punished for it. So he's not too happy about that.
But it's the Faker death into Otacon, you know?
I mean, technically KT are 4v3 here, but they're not on the objective. And certainly now T1 will take the fight 3v4 as they have the Otacon buff. The incredible amount of damage that Owner is doing in the backline. That's before Smash even shows up. Padak doing his best, but his best is certainly not enough. Not at this point in the game. Triple kill for Smash, who is now 9-0. And there's still more game to play.
There certainly is. Smash, he is a very good Kai'Sa player. And he is showing everyone why.
Oh boy.
And he gets the kill here. That's 10.
I think Carrier wanted that kill. I think Smash stole that one away. 18 kill game the other day. Can we get Smash up to that number?
I think it's going to be hard pressed to get 15 at this point, though. The base is about to fall apart. Let's see if he could do it. I mean,
that's really the only thing I'm curious about.
What if he gets a penta and ties Zeka and then the game ends? That'd be cool.
That could happen.
It's unlikely, but I mean, I won't count him out.
It would require KT to fight them. I think that's the last thing they want to do, but they're going to be forced to as this kill does go to Smash. Okay, there you go. There's the one. We'll see how many more he can get as Peter goes into his ult. Carrier is tanking off just barely with the Galio. Nice charm here from Faker.
Can we get two?
Comes in from Flash, or from Smash rather. Oh no, Owner stole one away. But it's all right. The Penta is denied and Smash will get up to 13. And Peter says, well, do I go in or do I just go to the base? He's going to try his best because he's Peter. It's another kill over to Smash. 14 in his first game back. That's 23-3. T1 will absolutely just destroy KT. It was not close, not for a millisecond.
I feel like the comp for KT Rolster is a strong meta comp, you know? And they even got the Leon into the Recon. It's BDD's Talia. It's a tried and true. We got the Renekton counter pick for the Ambessa. Like, can you just let me like kill these minions before you do anything crazy? Carrier's laughing.
Yeah, the thing about the Recon is that he has this ability, Gleaming Quill, where if you just hit it, you're just full health, it feels like, right? Great peel potential if Peter is the one that starts off the fight, which we do see there. As now, making it rain on top of this bottom lane. Carrier does take a bunch of damage, but Smash very healthy. And already, it feels like Smash and Carrier are getting ahead on this 2v2.
I mean, okay, hold up.
Oh, the flash on in, but Peter in a bit of trouble. He will go down. Pretty straightforward. There goes Padak as well. Those throw in the barrier, but it's not quite enough. And that is a couple of kills going the way of T1. I mean, and you're happy.
It's also, as much as, you know, I feel like obviously KT Rolster as a team, outside of that Rogue 2023 year, which I still think about constantly, has not really been close to T1. There's still a rivalry to be had here, right? I think Carrier is enjoying the absolute bopping he's getting over KT this time. Remember, there was that home ground match that did not go, and taking away all of these plates. Like, this is quite a bizarre move here. It's very expensive. Let's see if they can turn it into something more, because I think plates alone isn't going to be worth.
I mean, they really want to take down Doran before anything happens. Doran is going to have to flash if he wants to get away. He's still not going to get away, though. That's already a kill going the way of KT. And now T1 trying to force this fight. Maybe a little bit of happy gaming does come in after I mention it. KT, nice setup here. All 5 members in the top lane. And they do punish T1 for trying to make something of it, champion-wise. But you're still happy to give a lot of farm over to Smash. He's casting now in a bit of trouble here. He's going to get charmed and knocked up. Smash does not have his ult. He used it on the wave. Will they regret that decision? No is the answer. Very nicely juggled there. Everybody takes a bunch of damage, but it's still a kill. And it's handed over, importantly, to the one guy we want to give gold, who is Smash.
Yeah, he's the one who was able to pick up the last hit there on poor old casting. And down he goes. As over here, this top turret, it's a race for first brick. I think KT got it, and they will. So it's another feat of strength. Well, the first, of course, for them, as Beats of Warfare did go to T1. Still got a shield, and gonna assert your dominance in the mid lane.
Okay, well,
here we go. This is an angle.
Yeah, they're trying to force here on an owner who is just going to try to flash away, but it's very difficult to get away from this comp. The follow-up is huge, and KT prove it once again as BDD got over and picks up the kill.
Really tough to react to a play like that, and in owner's defense, he has Spell Shield. So in his mind, he feels pretty safe in this scenario, but unfortunately, that's only going to shield one CC, one spell. And the follow-up was there from KT, multiple forms of CC to lock him down and take him out. So another great proactive play here from KT. Down on gold, but have found some big successes, some big wins here. Chilling in the bottom lane, and they weren't able to collapse on or take out that dragon, as you say. Be happy getting both of Smash's summoners on this immobile misfortune, but I think wanted a bigger prize, as this is going to be another Ocean Soul. But T1 with the 2 Drake lead feeling very happy. They have scuttle control. If you just walk in one by one, then the explanation I just gave will happen in real time.
Yeah.
And I think T1 just know this is not a winnable fight without Prio, without vision. They just let it go. I think a wise choice.
Yeah, no real reason to force it.
They want to heavily commit to something after this Herald Crash instead. T1 playing so respectfully, backing up though. Faker may get caught.
He's just stuck here in the bush. He's going to have to flash, and not even the disengage cone is going to help him as BDD sits him down.
What a shove. Absolutely insane predict from BDD.
Yeah.
Or just a complete coincidence, but I'm going to say
no,
insane predict.
It was planned. And now, TP coming in. T1 want to fight this. They want to fight on their terms. They're going to press their buttons in the aggressive direction, this time for the first time in this game. And now they do shut down BDD. We did have flash. That ult was not great from Smash. Is now going to get into that backline. The follow-up is there. Smash in a lot of trouble. And they are able to get the shutdown onto the AD carry of T1. That's a double kill as well. And KT beginning to gain some momentum in this game.
Doran here playing with fire as well if you wanted to do a deep flank. It's actually, in fact, going to be Faker who goes that route, though. Don't know about that.
Well, they're going to turn off the lights. They get into that back line, and one stun on the Smash is enough. He's totally zoned by Renekton, and he has to flash away. But look at the damage right now from the Nocturne. At least they get the Ash. As now Smash tries to get in, but he just dies. As he was isolated the entire fight. They don't have an AD carry. Cuz is going to get blown up by Faker, and they still have this Mbessa as well. T1 trying to fight this one out. It's a very close one. Faker still full health against 3 low health bars, but he doesn't have a front line anymore. Trying to pull a Chovy here. We'll see if he can do it.
I was about to say the same thing.
But
we saw Chovy do it with no health, but
yeah,
Baker's
just run away.
Yeah, he's not going to have the same opportunity this time around. Ends, and that's what Victor wants to do, is be that AP carry.
Well, trying to punish Peter here. That's a lot into the Leona, but nobody is there just yet. You see the follow-up is coming through, though. BDD makes his way over. Cuz there as well. The charm comes in from Carrier, but no follow-up is there on a BDD. Finally, Faker will put an end to Cuz, who unfortunately got caught in the crossfire. And now T1, nice little pick. And oh, very nice max range from Doran. Gonna catch out the Talia and get the job done as T1 beginning to show what their pick comp can do as the stun comes in from Faker. Excellent position. And that is 3 kills as KT fall 1 by 1.
This is what T1 can do if you just get one angle, one moment. They can snowball that turn of events into a massive win. 3 dead on the floor here for KT. Casting absent from that fight is going to get a turret for his troubles, but T1 gets so much more. They're going to get a Baron off of this as well, easily.
Otacon? Nah.
That's a bridge too far, I suppose. Or they're almost taking out that inner. KT still can win this game, as Smash is the target.
He's got Cleanse, but he doesn't have his Flash. They're really trying desperately to take him down, and now he gets the huge ultimate onto so many that were desperately trying to dive into him, and there is the value from the MF. And the follow-up is Swift from T1. KT overextend, and it's just going to be a clean, straight-up ace 29 minutes into the game as they will look to potentially end.
The words that came out of my mouth right before that happened was KT can still win this game. They can no longer win this game now, this. Because I was going to say they still have that single target blow up. They can still find targets. They can still... Smash says strut. The walking strategy.
He just walked up. He just used the wall to zone KT away from it.
Yeah. That's it. That's GG.
Yep.
And what was a very close second game at KT, played well, just comes to a crashing end.
Yeah, the crash down from the row we did not see. And yeah, the Nexus will fall here. T1 will just have their fun. Doran gets killed right at the end, but it doesn't matter. It's still a relatively clean 2-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.